Hi everyone, and welcome to TWF Impact or Hit. I, Joey Styles, with Jonathan Coachman with Aiden English, and today on Impact or Hit, we're going to talk about what happened yesterday on Dynamite or Might. You know, yesterday, Braun Strowman had a match with King Caesar, and Braun Strowman beat him. But King Caesar wasn't fighting for the TWF heavyweight winnings, even though he is one of Seth Rollins' underlings or henchmen or whatever, and Braun Strowman beat him. And so far, we still haven't heard from Seth Rollins yet about how he got his match thrown out, you know, when he fought Taylor, when he had King Caesar help him. I can tell you one thing right now, Joey says, I would not want to be Paulie Dangerously, because he knew that he was the one who probably most likely fought, that most likely believed that King Caesar doing what he did would not make it where Seth Rollins could not wrestle for the TWF heavyweight winnings. That has to be some kind of oversight. Well, it could be an oversight, Joey and Jonathan, but at the end of the day, I don't know if it is or it's not an oversight or not. All I do know is that besides Taylor being Miss Gal in the Boundary, we don't have anyone else that's going to be fighting Braun Strowman. You know, and Ric Flair oathed us that he would be seeking someone who would be wrestling, you know, who would be fighting Braun Strowman next. You know, for the TWF heavyweight winnings. And I think we maybe learn who that's going to be. You know, because now we do have the main overseer of the TWF, Ric Flair, and he is going to talk about who the TWF leadership team chose to fight Braun Strowman next for the TWF heavyweight winnings. Aiden English says, well, Joey Styles said you're right. Here is Ric Flair, the main overseer of the TWF, and he's got something to say. So the TWF matchmaking team has come up with who they believe should be the next one to fight Braun Strowman for the TWF heavyweight winnings. Now, I know at the end of the day, you may have not seen her for a long time, and she would be Asuka. Well, it is true, Joey Styles says, Asuka is a former TWF heavyweight fighter, Joey Styles says. Yes, she is. Yes, she is a former TWF heavyweight fighter, Joey Styles says. But I just didn't think she would be the one that they would choose to fight Braun Strowman. You know. Well, Jonathan Coachman says Asuka's the one that's going to be fighting Braun Strowman for the TWF heavyweight winnings, and she did beat Braun Strowman for the TWF heavyweight winnings many years ago, Jonathan Coachman says. But that was many years ago, Aiden English says, and this is not the same Asuka, and this is not the same Braun Strowman either. Two unlike selves now. They went through a lot of shifts since the last time they fought each other. So, let me understand this, Asuka. You're the one who chose, you're the one who the TWF oversight team chose to fight me for my TWF heavyweight winnings. Asuka, I should know many years ago, and this would have been somewhere, I guess at the end of 27 between YL, most likely going to 28 between YL, when I won the TWF heavyweight winnings the first time, and then you beat me for it not too long afterwards. Yeah, Braun Strowman. A long time ago, me and you fought when you won the TWF heavyweight winnings the first time. And then I beat you and won the TWF heavyweight winnings for the first time as well. And this time, yesteryear will happen again. And this time, I will become a 2th time TWF heavyweight fighter. Yeah, how are you going to do that? By spitting shit in my eyes? Because that's what you started doing in your free with heel run in WWE. Either on Raw now, or if you ever come back, to put you on SmackDown again. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Ah! How you like that, Braun Strowman? And there's more where that came from. Well, it seems that Asuka is being the heel and spit shit in Braun Strowman's eyes, Jonathan Coachman says. And we wonder if that means the match is going to happen or not. Or if something happened to Braun Strowman's eyesight. I'm no eye healer, Jonathan Coach Joey Styles said anyway, so I wouldn't know. No, I would not know anyway either, Jonathan Coachman said. We can only hope for the worst. Aiden English says, at least we can all hope for the good if it missed his eyes altogether. You know, Aiden English says. And Ric Flair is, it looks like Braun Strowman seeked Ric Flair. Oh, what do you want? You know what, Rick? Tell Asuka the match is on. And ain't no way that she's gonna do that shit to me. And she better lucky she missed my eyes, 'cause she gonna get these hands. Yes, she is. Alright, the match is on. You wanna put your TWF heavyweight winnings on stake here today? Then don't say I didn't warn you. The match is on now. Well, it seems that Braun Strowman got his match with Asuka, but did he make a mistake, John? Make a mistake there, Joey Styles says. I don't know if it was a mistake or an oversight, Jonathan Coachman says. If he can beat Asuka, then we will say it was not a mistake and it was not an oversight. But if he loses, we could say it was. I'll tell you right now, Aiden English says, Asuka did beat Braun Strowman before many years ago. Aiden English says, so at the end of the day, we all know that Asuka will do it again. If she done it once, it can happen again. Well, alright, this match, we're going to have to do what we got to do. Alright, this match is for the TWF heavyweight winnings. First, she is Asuka. And he is the TWF heavyweight fighter, Braun Strowman. Well, looks like Braun Strowman is coming at Asuka, and he got his leg caught in the rope. And Asuka just spit right in his rear again, and she just kicked him right down. Asuka's getting him in the Asuka lock. Yesteryear is happening again. This is the same way Asuka beat Braun Strowman many years ago to win the TWF heavyweight winnings the first time, Joey Styles says. If it happens again, Jonathan Coachman says, then Braun Strowman should have not taken this match. Aiden English says, Braun Strowman might be wise, but this was not a wise mistake. Braun Strowman's getting up now. Asuka thought she could get the Asuka lock on Braun Strowman, and Braun Strowman just slammed down Asuka, the Kaiserin of tomorrow, Joey Styles says. I can tell you one thing right now, Jonathan Coachman says. Braun Strowman threatened Asuka will get these hands, and I think he's going to keep that oath. Aiden English says, hopefully it's an oath he can keep, but he better watch out about Asuka. Oh! Asuka has that hard style of skilled wrestling that many skilled wrestling businesses in the Kaiser Reich, Folkreich of Dawnland like to do, Aiden English says. And right now it seems to be in a bind. Asuka put it right in his lair again. It's over. She's got the Asuka lock on Braun Strowman again. Will Braun Strowman have to yield? Ding ding. Here is your winner and the new two-time TWF heavyweight fighter, Asuka. And now that means that Asuka will have to meet Taylor Aragon, who is Miss Galled in the Boundary, unless Taylor Aragon is going to yield in on Asuka. Now I feel truly sorry for Braun Strowman, who really thought he would be fighting her. And I gotta take, that he would be fighting her for the TWF heavyweight winnings. And somehow, someway, Asuka is the TWF heavyweight fighter for a 2-with time, Joey Styles says. Need be it was a mistake. Need be it was an oversight. We'll never truly know. But all we do know is that somehow Asuka beat Braun Strowman and became the 2-time TWF heavyweight fighter. And now Asuka is now looking for the strap. And we gotta take one or the other. Like, whatever one we dig out's the one we get. Oh, here we go. Asuka looking for the TWF, heavyweight winnings. And now she can say she's a 2-time TWF heavyweight fighter. Can you believe that one? Joey Styles said. I can't believe that one either, Aiden English says, but it did happen. Well, Braun Strowman can get another match of Asuka, and if he's lucky, he can win it back for the free with time. But I do think, Joey and Jonathan, it was a mistake of him to fight Asuka, knowing what she can do. And up. All right, Asuka. Take it away, Gorilla Monsoon. Thank you, Joey Styles and Jonathan Coachman. I'm going to be talking with... I'm going to do it this way. Stand up. Thank you, Joey Styles and Jonathan Coachman. I'm going to be talking with Asuka, the new 2-time TWF heavyweight fighter. All right, Asuka. Somehow, someway, you beat Braun Strowman here today on Impact or Hit. No one really seems to know how you did it, but somehow you did. Oh, well, somehow I did, Gorilla Monsoon. Somehow I beat Braun Strowman. You see, Braun Strowman ain't dumb. Braun Strowman's wise. But you see, he should have been wise enough to know that if he lost to me many years ago, he was going to lose to me again. Well, Asuka, we haven't seen you wrestling and fighting in some time. And next thing you know, the TWF matchmaking team chooses you to take on Braun Strowman. And you beat him. Wow, you should be worried about Miss Gal in the Boundary. Oh, I'm not so worried about, Gal. I'm not worried about her, Miss Gal in the Boundary. Not at all. If Taylor Barragan thinks that she's going to take the TWF heavyweight winnings off of me, then she's got another guest coming. She has to think there's other fighters that she should be going to yield in on, and not on me. And the truth is, Braun Strowman was not ready for Asuka, and neither will Taylor either. Alright, Asuka, the new TWF new TWF heavyweight fighter, beating Braun Strowman, here today on Impact or Hit. Back to you, Jonathan Coachman. Back to you, Joey Styles and Jonathan Coachman. Well, thank you, Gorilla Monsoon, for talking. Shit, Sam. Thank you, Gorilla Monsoon, for talking with Asuka here today on Impact or Hit. Open it up! And that's all the time we got here for Impact or Hit. And that's all the time we got here for Impact or Hit. I, Joey Styles, with Jonathan Coachman, and with Aiden English. We hope you like Impact or Hit, and we'll see you tomorrow for Friday Night SmackDown.